Welcome back to collecting Elvis on vinyl. This is part 16. Today I thought we'd look at a few more box sets before we wrap this up and move on to something different. This one's a more recent release. This was released in the UK on a 10-inch format. Elvis's 18 number ones. So in the box you had all the number one records that Elvis had in the UK. 18. This box is sealed, this box is opened. But when this first came out, the box was issued with the first single encased inside. So the first number one was All Shook Up. So that is actually in this box. It's a limited edition. And the bottom of the box looks like that with all the picture sleeves. All the singles. And that's the top of the box. So that's a sealed copy. So inside that is this single, All Shook Up. As you can see, it's done on the retro label and a retro sleeve. Very nicely done. They've even added some fake creases here. And on the flip side was obviously the B side, that's When Your Heartaches Begin, and they've added Heartbreak Hotel also. So that was in that sealed box, which came from this box set with all the singles in there. We'll take a look at them in more detail very shortly. So the second release was Jailhouse Rock. And the next release after that was One Night. Now these two singles actually got to number one again when they was issued in this format. All Shook Up, because it was included in the box, was not allowed to be issued as a single, so it didn't qualify for the charts. But the next two releases, Jailhouse Rock and One Night, became number ones all over again. Now by the time One Night was issued in the UK, we was up to the 1000th number one record. And the week this was issued, it became the 1000th number one in the UK. Now this rattled the industry a little bit because they wanted a current artist to have the 1000th number one record. And they didn't want a man that had been dead 28 years getting that spot. So the next release, Fool Such As I, didn't make the number one. The one after that did. It's Now or Never. And then after that, unfortunately, none of the other records reached number one again. I've got my own conspiracy theories about that. But these three records, Jailhouse Rock, One Night, and It's Now or Never, all reached number one again. So out of the 18 number one box set, we now have 21 number one hits for Elvis. So this release was issued in January 2005 and then went on every week up until 18 weeks later. So you got a single a week to collect. They were, you say, limited edition, numbered. 10-inch records look like that. Retro labels. These actually sold so many copies that you could actually then get them unnumbered. I believe these lot were 15,000, but by the time they got to Wooden Heart, you could also get without a number. This was actually issued on CD as well, CD box set, which was limited edition, but this was not as limited. Take a quick one out and show you. We'll look at these in more detail when we go through the CDs. So a very nice set. This set is not to be confused with this 18 of the greatest singles ever. They're two different sets obviously, so this set and this set, I think this set came out in 2007. We've got completely different tracks, but same principle, very nicely done and limited edition. So let's take a look at these singles a lot closer. Okay, so let's take a quick look at what was included in the set. First one, as we said, All Shook Up. Second one was Jailhouse Rock. On the back of that you had Treat Me Nice and Treat Me Nice movie version. Some of these are actually still sealed. Next one was One Night with I Got Stung and One Night of Sin on the flip. Following one was A Fool Such As I, backed with I Need Your Love Tonight, and A Fool Such As I alternative version. So it was nice that you got alternative versions of the hits on the flip side, on most of them. This one, however, It's Now or Never. Flip was Make Me Know It and A Mess of Blues, which was the flip in America, I believe. Following one, Are You Lonesome Tonight? I Gotta Know, and unfortunately they've included the Are You Lonesome Tonight laughing version, which is quite a few years later. I would have preferred an alternative of Are You Lonesome Tonight rather than the laughing version. It has been a bit overused. Next one, Wooden Heart, Tonight Is So Right for Love, and Puppet on a String. Okay, next one, Surrender, backed with Lonely Man and Lonely Man solo version. Still on the retro labels. Following one is Latest Flame, backed with Little Sister and an alternative version of His Latest Flame. Next one, I'll Call the Baby, Can't Help Falling in Love, and the movie version of Can't Help Falling in Love. They've also put on the label like the single Twist Special. Following one, Good Luck Charm, Anything That's Part of You, and the alternative version of Good Luck Charm. Next one, She's Not You, backed with Just Tell Her Jim Said Hello, and an alternative version of She's Not You. Return to Sender next, backed with Where Do You Come From, and Girls, Girls, Girls they've put on here. As yet we've not seen an alternative of Return to Sender. A lot of the Girls, Girls, Girls soundtrack is apparently missing. And there we get a change of label. Going with the times. Devil in Disguise. backed with Please Don't Drag That String Around, and an alternative version of Devil in Disguise. Next release is Crying in the Chapel, backed with I Believe in the Man in the Sky, and they've chosen Milky White Way for this one. Different track. I'm sure there was alternatives for these songs, certainly of I Believe in the Man in the Sky, but they've opted to go for Milky White Way. Next release we go from the different sleeve to the 70s RCA sleeve and the 70s orange label under review. On here they've put the original flip, Mama Like the Roses, and they've used Let It Be Me. That's actually got the price on it there, HMV $4.99. Next release, Way Down, back with Pledging My Love and an alternative, Way Down. And the final one, A Little Less Conversation, and A Little Less Conversation long version. Again, if I've got to gripe, which I normally do, I would have liked maybe to have seen on the flip of this the single and the album version, original versions of A Little Less Conversation, but they've opted to go for that. Just having a quick look at the set now. I think the lowest number I've got is 170 and the highest number is 14,789. Now I am trying to collect these all again because these are all mint, they've never been played, but I've got about 10 so far. You can pick these up on eBay. So I'm trying to collect another, need another 8, and then I'll have some playable copies. I'm afraid this video has run a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but an important release like this, I don't think I should have really skipped over it very quickly. So hopefully if you haven't got this set, it is still available out there. You have to maybe, you might be able to buy the complete set or buy them all individually as they were issued. Very worthwhile addition to your collection if you haven't got it. Personally, I would go for the 10-inch vinyl release, obviously, but the CD version's still out there as well, which is a limited edition. So I was hoping to show a few more box sets, but unfortunately that's all we've got time for today. So just remember, one is music, life's no waste. See you on the next video.